Hello, it is Saturday morning of Holy Week, and I want to share a devotional thought with you today. Yesterday, Friday, the crucifixion, but on Saturday morning, those disciples were filled with fear and uncertainty. What was going on? They were in the in-between place. That place of not knowing, that place of uncertainty, that place often visited by heavyweight fear. They had fled Jesus. They had received the news. He'd been crucified. His body had been taken and placed in a tomb. Where was he? He had taught them a lot about what was going to happen, that he would be coming back. But, often in the middle of crisis, when things heavy duty happen in our lives, the things that we've believed or we've been taught can seem so distant in that in-between place. And we have to remember, and I want to remind you this morning, in case you're in such a place of not knowing, uncertainty, fear, maybe your dreams have been dashed, a prophetic word, but you've seen no glimmer of hope on it, standing on a promise, but you can't see any breakthrough coming. In that in-between place, you've got to realize there's more going on behind the scenes than you're aware of. We've heard the message, it's Friday, but Sunday's coming. But Saturday was the tough day, the in-between place. But behind the scenes, Jesus' spirit had left his body. His body was in that tomb. He went and preached to the spirits in prison. I believe there was a visitation to the abode of the dead. I can't get into that in a short devotional, but let me tell you, he was active and in the spirit. He was taking care of the business of the Father. And on that Sunday morning, his spirit and a new glorified, resurrected body would come together, and he would come out of that tomb and appear to those disciples, and everything turned around for them. But on that Saturday, in the in-between place, they were unaware of all that was happening that they could not see. And that's the place we have to live by faith. You have to believe that your faith will become sight because of the veracity and promise of God's Word. And later they would get downloads of information of what God was doing, and they would reach back in Psalm 16. Oh, he will not allow his Holy One to see corruption. And they would begin to understand the resurrection and the suffering servant of Isaiah 53. And Jesus would even appear and teach the two disciples on the road to Emmaus and show how he fulfilled those Old Testament prophecies. But on Saturday, they were not getting it. They were not seeing it. But hope was coming. The truth of the resurrection was coming. Things were going to change. It's kind of like, you probably can see the moon in the background behind me there. In the darkness, the light is the promise of God for us, the promises of God's Word. The entrance of His Word gives light. So I encourage you today, if you're in the in-between place, to cling to God's Word, and it will bring light. It will bring hope to you. Because Jesus Christ lives. He conquered death, hell, and the grave. And let me tell you, He is coming back in a glorified, resurrected body to usher in His kingdom and receive us to Himself. And that is going to be awesome. So, happy Resurrection Weekend. I encourage you to be in church tomorrow celebrating the risen Christ. And I pray you have a good day today. Blessings to you. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for sharing this post. Blessings.